Booyata, booyata, booyata! Welcome, everybody. I am the Cho around here. I am Jeff Adams here for, that's right, Belive Weekly. I put a hashtag on that one. I said hashtag Belive Weekly. So welcome to the program today. It's going to be a great one for sure. Lots of stuff lined up. Today I have a live streamer that's just like pushing out live streams pretty much every single day. We have Steven Healey in the house here to talk live streaming and some broadcasting tips with us today. And I just want to give a wonderful shout out for all the great people continuing to use Belive platform. You get a little rascal little thing. Remember, you ever watch, I'm showing my age now, but Little Rascals, they used to do this when they were happy about something in the black and white. They'd go, yes, yes, but they wouldn't say yes. It would just be silence. But anyways, I'm glad you guys are here. Let's see what's going on in the chat room. We got David in the house. He says we're his heroes. Steven's not on yet, but they do plenty of shows together, David and Steve. And we got Roy in the house. What's going on, Roy? Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you joined us. We got the Kevin from Alabama, and he's talking about something. The older I get, bladder control. That's a little too much information, Kevin. A little too much information. Keep your bladder stuff to yourself, Kevin. And then, hello, how you doing? Gosh, I'm so glad you guys are joining us today. Been fantastic. I'm really excited about today because every Monday, my eyes get up in the morning time. I'm excited because I get to do Belive Weekly. It's so much fun. And I'm so glad that you guys join us every single week and you stay committed to the movement of Belive. .tv and the movement that they're doing here on Facebook Live with your Facebook Live broadcast. So my goodness. So let's get right to it, right? Every week we like to showcase some of the best of Belive, and our great Irene that does a lot of social media here at Belive. She came up with this concept, so I want to give props to her. But you can find these shows on the page. So she came up with a thing called hashtag. Let's get to it real quickly. I'll pop it up on the screen. Hashtag the best of Belive. And she picks out some great broadcasts that we want to, celebrate with you guys and acknowledge all the great people that are using Belive for their broadcast. So here's the first one. It's all about lovely surprises of live stream with mycityeveryday.com with a live question and answer with warm energy. And there's also an unexpected comment on 7 Slot Society of SWLA's live broadcast, making it all the more fun. And then there's Tom's broadcast. He did a question and answer right down to business with serious questions, increasing online sales. So check that out. I mean, you can scroll down after the show and check out some of these shows, and you can look at them and just let them marinate and have fun with them. One of my favorite I saw today, I thought this was great, was Sensory Swims Beatbox Just Is Unbeatable. This guy beatbox live on Facebook Live, and it's actually pretty darn good, I must say. So let's see what's going on in the chat here really quick. And then we're going to get to the exciting stuff of the updates that are here at Belive. And everybody likes surprises, right? Because this Monday was a surprise to me. I woke up and they said, hey, we have an update, which I kind of knew about, but I'm happy to bring it to you today. So what's going on in the chat room? Hello. There's Tish in the chat room. Of course, we got April. Everybody's in the chat room having a good time. We got Joey. Hi, Joey. How you doing? I hope you're doing really well. And so, okay, so let's get right to it here. Enough with all this. I know you guys are waiting for this. So for the show today, we have what you call the new update section here. I have a hashtag new update, even though it's not a hashtag, but let me explain myself to you with this new update. Okay, so basically today, right now, live, right here on Belive Weekly, we have the new option. It's called the agenda. There's an agenda option now, and it's fantastic. It works with question and answers face to face. It allows the users to add an agenda piece when they broadcast. So basically, if you saw an early broadcast, you saw these hashtags. So if you're familiar with Belive Weekly, it's really easy to use. Underneath the broadcast button there, you're going to see a button called agenda. And so literally, you know, the days of doing this, like you're interviewing somebody and you're looking at your phone for your notes. So, Steven, how long have you been broadcasting? The days are over, folks. You now have the agenda option to put your notes into the agenda, and it breaks down in little portions. So I've been using it today already. So I am already in my notes on step 3 of my notes right now. It's called, you know, the hashtag new update. So basically, it's really easy to use. And each little group that you use, so this is like kind of like PowerPoint. So if you use PowerPoints, if you're talking about, you know, you have like 4 or 5, you know, or 10 little notes agendas, you can have up to 75 characters in each agenda title. So basically, in my new update title, I have less than 75 characters, but you can have close to 75 characters, which the audience won't see. So you can literally pull up your notes and look at right here at the camera and not look like this at some other monitor anymore. Those days are over, folks. You don't have to do this anymore. So it's really, really easy to use. And it helps you to be focused on your broadcast and stay, hey, you like what I'm going to do here? It helps you stay with the agenda. Hey, you like that? You like how I did that? All right, so basically it's really easy to use, and that's the cool thing about Belive. They make it simple for anybody to use. So it's not that intimidating. I literally woke up this morning, got the message from the team. They say, hey, we're going to, you know, get on there, use it. In a matter of seconds, I was like, boom, 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 boom. I put my notes in, copy and paste, and here I am using my notes here on Belive Weekly. So it's available today for everybody with the question and answers, the face-to-face. It's yours to use today and to make epic content on BeLive.tv for Facebook Live. And it just gives you that professional feel. You know, like I said, it's really, really cool that you don't have to use your cell phone or your iPad to the side anymore. You got it right there. You can stay on task, look at your audience, look at your person that you're interviewing, and be more engaged and make eye contact. Because eye contact is very important. You see the eyes? I'm looking at you guys right now. I'm looking at you guys. So let's see what's going on in the notes. Barb's in the house. I want to say what's up to Barb. We got Candy in the house. Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for joining us today. But yes, and yes, the new update is here for everybody. The agenda is a game changer here at Belive for all you professional live streamers out there that like to do the epic interviewing and stay on course with an agenda. The agenda is available for you today. Check it out. Now, excited about this, man. I'm rolling through this today, but I'm excited about this guest because this guest today, let's see, I'm using the agenda thing right now. Ready? Here we go. Check this out. I am on task again. So hashtag our guest, even though that's not really a hashtag, I just stayed with the hashtag, you know, theme to make it look cool in my agenda, even though I'm not going to hashtag our guest. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we just should do hashtag something on Belive, our guest or something. Maybe that's a good idea. I don't know. But anyways, I'm excited about this guest. I mean, this guy, these guests I have on here, I start to feel bad about myself because I start reading their like bios and stuff. And I'm like, my Lord, these people are doing crazy, incredible things in the world. So our guest today is Steven Healey. And I mean, I've grown fond over him over the last couple of months because I've seen him streaming, and you know, he does a ton of shows. But let me give you a little background about Steven. You know, I hope I say the name of England right. Steven is based in Wiltshire, England. Hope I got that right. And has background designing and programming and software. He has been broadcasting live for 18 months. And with the expertise he's gained over 225 live shows he's done, he's co-authored a live streaming and how to grow your business online with Fraser Hay. The book was published last November and is available at Amazon. This guy's writing books. This guy's live streaming. And I believe when we were talking, did you hear my voice just cracked out? I went, believe. It's like my voice is changing or something. But anyways, you know, I believe he might correct me if I'm wrong. But when we were talking on the pre-show, when we were getting everything set up here, he told me he's done 55 live Belive broadcasts. I think that's a record. I don't think anybody has done more than 55. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, you know, someone can correct me. But that might be a cool idea, you know, to find that out and see if anybody has done more than 55 live broadcasts. So Steven's done a lot of broadcasts. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff. I mean, he does, he can talk about the shows. I mean, he's always doing shows. This guy is one busy man. So I want to welcome our guest, Steven Healey, to the show. What's going on, Steve?
Good evening, or good afternoon, Jeff. Good to see you. And wow, what an introduction. I didn't realize they did all that. And talking about agendas, I was fortunate enough to try that this afternoon. I agree. In terms of organizing the program, it's great.
Well, so what did you think? I mean, when you got to test ride the agenda today, what was your overall feel? How did you use it in your broadcast?
Well, the first thing is if you just go live without a plan, then you're destined to fail. If you have some way you can put your notes, you can put your prompts, then the agenda fills that. I mean, I found two ways of using it. One was just the headlines, which you can bring up on screen. Or the second thing is, as you did with my profile just there, you can pop that into the agenda and it acts as a prompt. So basically, the agenda makes shows more organized.
Yes, they do.
Easy to use.
So real quickly too, hey, if you guys are enjoying this broadcast, make sure you hit the share button and share it on the page. I mean, that's how we keep the show rolling. So if you like this content, you say, hey, my buddy wants to know more about Belive, click the share button, share this broadcast. It's, it's one of a kind. There's only one Belive Weekly. But Steven, let's get to it real quick. I normally do a thing called broadcast tips, but I wanted to say broadcast tips this week for talking to you. I give some pointers of me being, a live streamer, broadcaster for many years. I give little tips, but I wanted to, kind of put it in your court today of some, you've done over 220 live stream shows. What are some great tips you can give to some of these great Belive people that do broadcasts, and maybe some tips that work for you as a live streamer broadcaster?
Okay, the first thing is just to do it. I mean, we're all naturally afraid of being on camera. And the way that I would do it is to go live into a Facebook group where there's just you. And practice being natural on camera, get your sound right, get your picture right. And then when you're happy with that, put together your own agenda, put it into Belive and do practice runs. Yeah, the more practice you do, the better it is. If you're going to interview somebody, then get them online the day before and spend 15 minutes just putting them at ease and getting used to being on camera.
Well, Steve, let me ask you about that. We were talking about that, and you, you're bringing a lot of people to the forefront that's never been in front of the camera before, and you're prepping these people that are not necessarily, they have the knack to broadcast. How do you prep somebody that maybe is a little bit scared to be in front of the webcam or the camera? How do you prep them for that? You said about maybe getting a day early on with them, but what are some of the things that you can walk through somebody that may be kind of unsure of themselves?
Well, I think somebody just said, just be yourself. And that's what you've got to try and get your guests to do. So you've got to get them comfortable on camera. And you do that by, it's just like you and I are talking now and we have an audience, but my concentration is on what you're saying. And it should be the same in the show. The second thing is that you talk to them about an area in which they're happy, where their expertise is. You don't take them off to something they know nothing about. And the final thing that I do before any show is to get them to give me 3 questions. Now, those are 3 questions that they're giving me, and it means that they know the answers. So when we start the show, they know what questions they're going to be asked, and things get underway. Because we both know that in a show, especially, you've got this down pat on Belive weekly show, you've got to get the audience engaged. Yeah, in the first 3 minutes. If you don't, then you've lost them. Yeah. So getting those first 3 questions together, getting the guests familiar with the camera and the microphone set up, make sure everything works, is key. And once you've done that, when you go live, they know exactly what's going to happen.
Yes. And so, also I wanted to ask you this, doing over 220 live streams, writing a book, and I ask this, everybody that joins the show, I ask this simple question. When was the first time you experienced a live stream and you realized that you could utilize it for what you're doing in live? When was that first moment? What grabbed your attention with live streaming?
Okay. We've got to go back and mention Blab. And when Blab first started, I watched a show by Phil Aston, who lives close to me down in Cornwall. And he was getting towards the end of his show, and he said, would anybody like to come on camera? And before I knew it, I was talking to him on camera, and I thought there's something in this. I enjoy doing this. And then the real change came about when I saw a show where Bob Tomlin gave a masterclass in how to run a show. And the show that went on for about 45 minutes, I remember. And that's the point at which I thought that this is going to be an industry, and it's always the time to get involved. Because you and I mean, you've been in this for several years, but I've only been in it for 18 months. We know that we're pioneering, and this is going to take off big time because we've now got Facebook behind us.
Yeah, a lot of people mention Blab really starting the revolution for people that didn't know about live streaming. But now I've come to see that a lot of people met on Blab. There's communities on Facebook of just people that are broadcasting now because of Blab. So Blab is kind of like a foundation for a lot of people to connect and build a community. And it's much like what we're trying to build here at Belive. We're trying to build a community of people that love the live stream and give them the tools and the resources to do a epic live stream show. Kudos to Blab for doing that and opening up our eyes for that. That's really cool. Let me look at what's going on with the chat room. I always want to make sure that I'm not neglecting all of our wonderful people that are paying attention. And we're interviewing here Steven Healey. He's a live streamer and becoming a, well, I would always say he's a pro. I mean, he's already written the book, and I want to talk about that. Let's talk about your book real quick too. Let's see, we got Michael in the house. Oh, hey, Michael, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. And April and Kevin's communicating in there, Candy, and everybody's, they're having a whole conversation without us. I mean, I wish I was a woman. I could multitask better and watch the chat a little bit better, but they're having conversations but I want to make sure I acknowledge them and say hello to them.
Yeah, I mean, that's the key. I mean, people have got to know each other over the last 18 to 20 months because what we're actually doing is networking. Back in the day, we used to do it in text. Now we can do it on live video, and we can interact and get to know people in real time. And I don't think there's any better way of doing that. I mean, that's why I think it's more fun when you have more people involved. And that's why with the shows that I do, there's always a team of people involved, both in front and behind the scenes. And I'm, as you said earlier, I'm from the UK, and happy to be so. But my collaborators on Monday and Tuesday, David Vaughan and Leland Best, are in the States. So we're working together to actually create shows.
But it also seems to me, and I'm on Facebook a lot, and I see your bright, shiny face a lot. How do you get any sleep? Because if you're dealing with people in the United States and doing shows with them, I'm a light sleeper, so I might get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, check something, and I sleep when I can sleep. But I see you doing shows, obviously at 5 a.m. for me is probably 12 for you or 11, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, what time is it over there now? It's
now 20 past 8.
Ah, yeah.
20 minutes after 8. I don't do a show before 10 in the morning, and I don't do a show after 9 o'clock. So that's the window. Okay. But I do 5 regular shows a week with Leland and with David Vaughan, and with the gang on Blabbing for Britain. That's John and Stephen and Peter, and it's a team effort. We all really enjoy getting together, and we've got to know a lot of people over the last 20 months, and that's why I wrote the book, because the book basically is about the journey, the video journey that we've been on together. And it highlights not only the people who've been part of that journey, but how to do it. So I talk about Belive, I talk about other platforms, I talk about, as we've just been earlier, what you should do before a show, what you should do with your guest. It's all in the book, and that's available on Amazon. But I'm not doing any adverts really.
Okay, so with that too, it's like, how long is the book? I mean, is it an easy read? I mean, how long does it take somebody to go through the book?
To read the book, it's from about 180 pages, so I would say 2 or 3 hours, and you through the book.
Now, have you thought about doing a live stream read of the book at some point? That could be pretty cool.
No, that's a cool idea. I mean, I also, I've got the Skillshare courses, 3 of which are about Belive, because Belive, I really enjoy being on here. From the very moment in October when Annie Mura let slip that there's this new broadcasting site, Belive.tv, then we've been hot for it ever since. I mean, the number of people who do shows on here is increasing daily because it's just so easy to use, isn't it?
It really is. I wanted to acknowledge April. April said a nice thing about you. Let's see. Let me pull it up here. It says, what I love the most about Steven is that he provides instructions for others about live streaming that make it easy for newbies to understand. So there you go. April said a very nice thing to you, that you're helping people, because you are. That's the whole point. I think your whole message thing is equipping people and giving people the knowledge to live stream to the best of their abilities. And that's what I love about you. I mean, and you're like been a phenomenal guest for Be Live Weekly, because that's what we try to do on this program, is to educate people how to stream and how to use this platform to make epic broadcasts. So what do you see live streaming going in 2017?
I think that we're going to see an increase in the take-up by business. To a certain extent, it's been networkers at the moment. Thank you for that, David, and thank you, April, for your early words. It's been at networking, and I think that's going to continue. It's going to go over into business, and businesses are going to become involved, and brands are going to become involved when they see the potential of being on Facebook Live. So I see that we are the vanguard, we're the pioneers, we've been here testing it out, and we're now in a position to help others come on board and make the best of live video. Because the amount of money that Facebook are putting into this, Facebook are putting money into it. They want it to succeed. They want live video. They promote live video. If you do a live video, it goes to the top of everybody's feed. It's the way marketing has to go. But let's please, and I think we all agree on this, let's keep it personal and network and get to know each other.
Yes. A couple questions in here. Kevin says, Our comedians are welcome here. Yes, Kevin, always. You know, that's the cool thing. I mean, anybody can use Be Live as a platform to use their talents, their gifts, their abilities, and to showcase what they do in life. And that's the beautiful thing about Be Live TV. It's not limited to it's not limited at all. I mean, it's for everyone. So anybody can get on here and express themselves, market what they're marketing, do a talk show, in-depth talk shows, and let's talk about that too. Is I wanted to ask you about all these shows that you do. You have a lot of different shows, and you've used the face-to-face a lot for the one-on-one conversation. So tell us about some of all the programs that you've been doing.
As I say, I've done 55 shows on Be Live now, and thank you for Be Live themselves for keeping count. I think the great strength on face-to-face is interviews, because you can prepare your guests. I've spoken to people in all walks of life, some of whom are broadcasters in their own right, but many have never been on before. And Be Live makes it easier to bring people on and just to chat, because with nothing heavy. It's all. And there are three things: educate, inform, and entertain. And to me, a show should be entertaining. Right. And that's the key to it. If you keep it entertaining, if you keep people involved, then you're doing the right thing. Something must be going okay. And I'd like to give a shout out, if I may.
Yeah.
Monday is I've just done a show with David Vaughan, and that's an enjoyable show. And we're joined by a lot of people we've met over the period. And I'd just like to shout out to Eileen, who we all know. Happy birthday, Eileen, because she is a broadcaster par excellence. She owns YouTube. And we've learnt a lot from her. So happy birthday, Eileen.
We'll sing her a song, Steven. Come on, Eileen. Oh.
I'm not singing. That did take us off air if I say. And then to Leland Best, because he and I get on like a house on fire. We run across the pond every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And then a new show started with Stephen and Stephen. And then Thursday's Blabbing for Britain. And my final show, my final shout out, because I've got to mention her, my partner in every single show I do, is Ask Angelica, which is on Be Live TV every fortnight, and that's a German language tuition show. So Be Live TV in education.
All right, so we got something from John here. We got John Olson. Let's see what he says here. Part of the live experience was to bring viewers up on cam. We believe be able to do that with Be Live. He's question mark. I know we can get a guest before we start streaming, but is it possible to bring viewers up live for more interaction? Is that already there? Apologies, I'm only 3 shows deep with Belive. Right now, John, you can only bring one guest in with the face-to-face. But, you know, I heard a little birdie, some more updates are coming. I can't really talk about them, but just I'll leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that for you. But very soon, this is going to be very, very interactive, what you can do with this platform. And it's going to be very, very exciting. So, John, thanks for watching 3 shows of Belive TV. I really appreciate it. But if you guys got any questions right now, I mean, we're talking to, you know, over here. Wait a minute. Like this. Yeah, I'm going to point this way. This way? No, this way. Yeah, I got to point this way or this way. Or, this guy's an expert. I mean, he wrote a book. So if you got any questions about, you know, Belive TV, I can answer them, or even Steve can answer them, because Steve uses the platform a lot. So if you got questions, shoot them at us. We got about 5 minutes. We'll take, you know, we'll do a little question and answers, and we'll grab some great questions and we'll answer them for you. Oh, and say Ross is in the house, the mayor of live streaming. This guy's the president, and thank goodness for, you know, Ross. Ross is such a great individual. He was on the first episode of Belive TV, but he's always out there promoting everybody's shows, doing videos, letting people know what's up. I mean, he's like the TV guide of live streaming. So Ross, thank you for all that you do in the live streaming communities. And Ross, I think, has a question. Let's see, Ross says, what are the new updates? Can we talk about it? Sorry, I missed the beginning. Okay, Ross, basically we have the agenda button now, and it's really easy to use. You can get on face-to-face with question and answers. You can put your notes in. So a quick rundown again is I have my agenda. So I start off the show with this. You can have your title. So if you're doing like PowerPoints or whatever, you can have your notes, and you can bring things up on the screen like this, and then your notes are right below that, and you want to get to the next point. You could go, well, I went to the best of Belive. I talked about that. I have all my notes that no one sees except for me, and then I want to go to my next point. The new update, talked about the new update. The agenda thing, you just copy and paste your agenda to your broadcast, and you have your notes. So no longer the days of doing this, Ross, looking over to the side. You can use your agenda notes right on the Belive platform and go through your show. It's fantastic, game changer. I mean, I like it because it makes me feel a little bit more professional. I can look right directly at the camera and look at my notes and stay on course, even though I'm all over the place sometimes. But it keeps me grounded and focused. All right, so Pamela, let's see. Pamela says, what is the best way to promote face-to-face? Do you create an event? Or you want to answer that, Steve?
Well, if you create an event, you can schedule it, and if you schedule it, it means that as you do with BeLive.tv, when you do this show, you schedule it a couple of days in advance, and that means that you can send people to a fixed link, both for promotion and for the show itself. So the best way is to use the creator schedule. The other thing is, I mean, I watch live video, and you see people with thousands of people watching, and you see people lower numbers than that. The reason that people get large audiences on Facebook is because they've built them from scratch. And what you have to do is the hard work. You start off, when you start broadcasting to friends. Then you start broadcasting to friends of friends, and eventually you build up. And the thing in that instance is, I would say that if you're going to have a show, make sure it's a regular show. It's on a certain time each week, and people know where to find it.
That's great advice. Is that Pamela? Is that good information for you? If so, you can leave a comment back. And if you got any more questions, we're here for another 2 minutes. I'm here with the famous Steven Healey. He's across the pond. He's famous. He wrote a book, and he's writing another book. He says How to Do Belive Weekly with Jeff and Stay Sane. That'll be in Amazon.com real soon.
It will.
Pamela says, thank you, Steve. And Steve says he said he's quite welcome.
You're most welcome.
So real quick too, I want to ask you this question. This is not about live streaming. England, do you still do tea time?
Oh yes, we do. Tea and scones. Or is it scones? I'm never sure. Cream tea, yes, indeed.
Yes.
But in actual fact, the version that I'm used to at the moment is Kaffee and Kuchen, which is the German tradition, which is tea with cake, and I love it.
Nice. So what time do you guys normally do that over there? What's like the
About 4
schedule?
o'clock.
By
About
4
4
o'clock?
o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah.
And you guys,
Yeah.
I noticed that too when I was over there. There's not a lot of overweight people because everybody walks everywhere. Because if I was consuming cake every day, I'd be a big man. I'd be a big man, Steven.
You see, the secret is we've all got Fitbits, and we're all doing these 10,000 steps a day.
Yeah.
And that's how we do it. I mean, myself, I do every year the Sarsen Trail, which is a marathon, which is 26 miles, 385 yards,
Wow.
and it goes from Avebury to Stonehenge. And I don't run it. I'm not going to say I run a marathon. I know some of my friends do, but I actually walk it. And this will be my 5th year, and
Wow.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, April had a question for you. She asked if will you be doing any shows about green screens and virtual sets, Steve?
Anything is possible in the future. I'll take a look at it, and we'll see what we can do, because we've got that feature within vMix, and I'm going to have a chat with Leland about that, and also OBS and Manycam. So that's a possibility. But
awesome.
What I would recommend when you go on Belive.tv is to download the free version of Manycam and try it out, because that opens up a whole new thing. You can not only show yourself on camera, you can show slides that you prepared as well. So you can sort of talk about the slides. So that's my final tip.
Awesome. You got Carlos join us a little bit late. What's going on to Carlos? Tish, and then we'll wrap this one up. I'll read this one. And Tish says, this has been such a great day getting to know and watch so many lives today with Steven and some others. You are awesome, Jeff. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And that's what Belive Weekly is. We want to highlight people that are using the platform on a daily basis or a weekly basis, and to showcase the great talents such as Steven. I mean, Steven is doing so many great things on the Belive platform, and we love him here at Belive. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I mean, he's kind of one of the first people really bouncing around using this thing. So
yeah.
So he's been around the block and then some. So he's like a vet when it comes to Belive TV. And so Steven, we're running out of time here, but man, any last thoughts, closing words on Belive Weekly? I really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing some of your insights and what you're doing in the live streaming world.
Well, thank you for inviting me, and a shout out to the team, Daniel and Safria and everybody at Belive TV for creating such a great platform. It enables us to network, to get to know each other, and I wish everyone fun in broadcasting live on Belive.
Well, there you go. It's the great Steven Healey. I mean, you're going to see he's all over Facebook. So if you can't get him enough here, he's doing tons of other shows. I know you run a site, Facebook group with David. And I guess that's where everybody can get the information on your shows that you guys are doing. That's where you broadcast?
Yeah, you can get any information you like on live broadcasting by typing LVS17 into Facebook, and David, John, and I would welcome you into the group. And you'll find people who've been broadcasting for 2 years or 2 weeks, or they're just starting out. So we've got the full range of people in there, and we'll help.
Well, thank you, Steven, for joining us on Belive Weekly. It was great and an honor to have you on the program today.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for inviting me.
Yes, thank you, sir. All right, guys, so that is Belive Weekly. So if you guys are watching this on playback, you got questions, feel free to write those in the chat room, and we go back and we answer questions and whatnot. So make sure you do that, and we'll answer your questions. If you got any problems or any bigger questions, you can always private message us on the Facebook page, and someone will get right to your questions. And again, spread the love. You like this broadcast, share it with your friends, and hopefully they share it with their cousins and their sisters and mothers and all that good stuff. But this is the Belive Weekly, and guys, Belive Weekly wouldn't be possible with all the 22 people that have been engaged, talking amongst themselves all broadcast long. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to the Belive .tv team and their ongoing support of making Facebook Live so much fun. I'll see you guys next week, Monday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another edition of Belive Weekly. See you soon.